Those of you who are joining right now, the letter that Charlie Kirk sent Benjamin Netanyahu before he died, and Benjamin Netanyahu came out on television and referenced this letter when he gave condolences to Charlie Kirk's family and Charlie Kirk and his legacy. There were people that came out and said that the letter was a lie and that Charlie really hated Benjamin Netanyahu, and he wrote a letter to Benjamin Netanyahu telling him to go screw himself pretty much, and that he don't support him anymore. That was the sentiment that was floating on the internet. But here is Benjamin Netanyahu's, the letter that he received from Charlie Kirk. I did my due diligence to try to verify this as best as I can. It was posted by the New York Post, and a lot of the people that I know, they had made inferences that they have knowledge greater than mine that this is authenticated. Okay. And if it's somehow not, I'll tell you it's not. But right now it seems like it's being shared all over the internet, shared by major platforms. It seems to be authenticated to me. Okay. I'm going to read it from the top because ChatGPT translated it and gave it to us and it was wrong, or some of it was wrong. Okay. This is verbatim. All right. It says, from the desk of Charlie Kirk, dear Mr. Prime Minister, one of the greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. Most recently, I am proud to have taken over Ambassador Huckabee's show on TBN, where we continue to support Israel and the Jewish people. As Mohammedanism spreads in Western society, it's critical that Jews and Christians stand united in an effort to contain and roll back radical Islam and Sharia law. I regret to report that anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends are at record levels on social media. These negative sentiments then flow downstream into college campuses and even steep into the conservative MAGA community. My team and I spent months analyzing these trends and debating ideas that could help you and your country push back against these disturbing developments. Anti-Israel sentiment can undermine American support for Israel. The purpose of this letter, and this is important, the purpose of this letter is to lay out our concerns and outline potential remedies. Everything written here is from a place of deep love for Israel and the Jewish people. I think it is important to be brutally honest with those whom you love. In my opinion, Israel is losing the information war and needs a communication intervention. I started to compose this letter to you on Easter. I should have been focused on my family, but I was getting bombarded with messages about the Israeli war or Israeli army, making it difficult for Christians to access churches in Jerusalem on Easter. That was a difference. At the time, I did not see any official statements pushing back on the narrative or on this narrative. It was frustrating because pro-Israeli surrogates like me should not be in charge of fact checking every piece of anti-Israeli misinformation that's pouring into social media. It wasn't just Easter. On my recent campus tour, half of the questions I get are about Israel, and they are all negative. I often spend half of the time on these campus tours defending Jews and Israel, which I'm proud to do because I love Israel and I love the Jewish faith. I spent endless hours with Dennis Prager over the years studying the Torah. Sometimes I feel like I'm defending Israel in public more than your government. My experience on college campuses match a recent Harvard-Harris poll, which reported that 40% of 18 to 24-year-old Americans support Hamas over Israel. Even in young MAGA circles, Israel is losing support. We're getting huge crowds of 4,000 to 5,000 students on some of my campus tours. My campus visits are becoming like a rock concert atmosphere filled with conservative patriots. Yet on these campus visits, I'm confronted with, and then he goes on. Let me pull it up. Now, bear with me. He said, I'm constantly confronted with, and then he goes on to talk about some of these statements. And it says, is Israel an apartheid state? Why do Israel conduct ethnic cleansing? Why is America subsidizing Israeli genocide against the Palestinian people? Is American aid helping to subsidize Israel's free health care? Israel and the Jews are running U.S. foreign policy. Israel and Jews are responsible for 9/11. Defending Israel is not in America's national interest. Why is Israel trying to drag us into a war in the Middle East? Above are just a sample of the negative Israel Jewish comments and questions I'm confronted with on campuses. I'm accused of being a paid apologist for Israel when I defend her. However, if I don't defend her or don't defend Israel strong enough, I'm accused of being anti-Semitic. I know you've got a 7-front war, and I don't know what palms. What is that? KVETCH. My fetching palms. Pales. I'm sorry. Pales in comparison. Oh, my fetching pales in comparison. Okay, I get that. Y'all try. I tell you, I can't read. Okay, but I'm trying to convey to you that Israel is losing support, even in conservative circles. This should be a 5-alarm fire. I'm often asked, why is Israel killing so many innocent civilians in Gaza? I know Israel goes to the great lengths of dropping flyers and even calling civilians to clear out of areas about to be bombed. I know Israel posts maps showing which areas should be evacuated. I know that Hamas uses civilians as human shields, but 90% of the young generation get their news from social media and podcasts, and there's very little pushback or fact checking by Israeli government or pro-Israeli supporters in media, especially social media. Now, let me say this real quick while I'm reading this, is that I understand what Charlie is saying in this letter is appropriate, but also people who are supporters of Israel got to drop their cojones and stop being cowards and scared and get out and say something, so we're not the only ones saying something. I strongly suggest Israel not always depend on subcontracting their information war efforts to surrogates in America. Prime Minister or Mr. Prime Minister, I urge you to revamp your information warfare strategy from top to bottom. Sometimes the impression is given that Israel thinks everyone hates them, so why care about winning over hearts and minds? If there's any truth to this impression, I urge you to consider the social media and podcasts is where you fight for hearts and minds of the young generation. Obviously, all of this negative Israeli propaganda on social media easily translates into pro-Hamas, free Palestine sentiments on many college campuses. Here are some unsolicited recommendations my team and I suggest if you're open-minded to communications reset. All right. Number one, for starters, you need a rapid response media team. President Trump does this very effectively on social media with his own account and his White House Rapid Response 47 team. The president has strong fighters like Stephen Miller, Caroline Levitt, who battle the press every day. Honestly, I don't even know if you have a press secretary. You are an eloquent defender of Israel, but you need a team of information warriors out there pushing back every day. Okay. Let's get to the next one. Y'all hold the phone. All right, let's go to the next page. Boom, pull it up. I'm trying to do this right. It's not too long, bro, y'all. It's only a couple pages. We'll be done pretty fast. He was saying to do that in real time. It says when you push back, anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli propaganda fill the void. When you don't push back, it fills the void. A pro-Israeli friend recently asked me, do Israelis even care how the world perceives their country? Number two, I strongly recommend putting together a team of pro-Israeli experts who can fact check misinformation in real time for Israel. Israel needs to take the lead in this effort. No more dependence in subcontractors. Israel never asked for American troops because Israel does its own fighting. I suggest the same approach for information war. You lead and people like me will follow and provide substantial support. If you're open to revamping your communication strategy, my team and I are happy to assist. Number three, it says you need something perhaps like an Israeli Truth Network, ITN, which can include social media channels and a one-stop source of information website information website where, for example, all the negative Israeli questions I get can be thoroughly debunked. I would love to refer students to such a website. These websites can also be a conduit to groups like Hillel and Jewish educators like Dennis Prager. There can be a link to a book, a podcast, media personalities, and pro-Israeli thought leaders. This website can be a place where Judeo-Christian leaders and groups can share information and form close alliances in the fight against Islamic fundamentalism. ITN social media can post pro-Israeli, pro-Judeo-Christian video clips, breaking news, and articles. ITN could potentially be a news aggregate site for all of the news pertaining to Israel and the Judeo-Christian efforts to preserve Western civilization. Now, all of this sounds tremendous. And how in the F did people in our government, outside of Charlie, didn't recommend this to Israel? Like, we're literally sending them $3.8 billion to help them fight in the actual physical war. We go to the wall and kiss it every now and again. We put the thing on our head and we go kiss the wall, which I don't have a problem with it if people are going to do it. But how you going and doing all that and you ain't even trying to help them in the information war? Only Charlie is doing this, which is insane to me. Maybe other people have tried it, but Charlie's became public. All right, let's finish this real quick. I think it's only 2 pages left. Okay, number 4, have you considered inviting some of the released hostages onto speaking tours in the U.S.? This could be very effective messaging. These hostages can talk about how Gazan citizens not once offered any empathy or compassion. Donald Trump referenced this lack of humanity when some released hostages visited the Oval Office. This was effective messaging. When impactful messaging clicks, keep it going. Also, these hostages and all of your spokespersons should be arguing it's Hamas. That is committing a genocide on their own people by using civilians as human shields and strong weapons in schools, hospitals, etc. This information drips out in the regular media. This information drips out in the regular media, but it's almost non-existent on social media. Number 5 is maybe interview regular Israelis on the streets, asking them what they love about their country. Interview Jews, Israeli Arabs, Druze, Orthodox, secular, etc. Ask Israelis what do they wish the world knew about Israel. Ask them to respond to examples of misinformation on social media. This could be an entire social media PR campaign call. Dude, you got us wrong. Interview Israelis from all walks of life. Let Israel explain in their own words how Israel is a pluralistic society, a free country with elected leaders, unlike all of the surrounding authoritarian Arab nations. Why not show how your hospitals take care of wounded terrorists? Why not show clips of Israelis dropping flyers? Okay, I'm almost done, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, is this the last page? Oh my God, it's too many pages. It's 7 pages. I'm not gonna read all that. All right, so y'all get the gist. I didn't want to read this much in school, but y'all get the gist of what Charlie Kirk has said to Benjamin Netanyahu. And in reading in class, some of you guys know you always read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. So I may finish with the last statement or last paragraph that he said. I'll finish with that so I can sum it up for you. Because that should be a summary if you're writing it right. Let me zoom in. Let's go to the last sentence. And I'll post this so y'all can read it. It's on my X account, so I don't have to post it on anything else. So on my X, you can read it for yourself. 7 pages. Oh my God, I thought it was 3. Okay. Israeli has enormous capabilities, such as how you orchestrated your beeper bomb operation. Perhaps Israel can use some of this same ingenuity to more effectively fight the information war in the media, especially on social media. Israel is a Silicon Valley of the Middle East. Then he finishes with Israel has an abundance of brain power and technological expertise. The question is whether Israel has the willpower to step up its game in the information war. From my vantage point, the status quo is not working. Israel is getting crushed on social media, and you are losing young generation of Americans, even amongst MAGA conservatives. In my opinion, you are losing the information war, which will eventually translate into less political and military support from America. The Holy Land is so important to my life, and it pains me to see support from Israel slipping away. Feel free to contact me in my private number below if you would like to discuss this further. Share this with all the people that was spreading information online saying that Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel. From what I read, and this is exactly what I would do if I had a relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu. And to be honest, I'm assuming that Charlie's team is still in communication with Israel on this matter. If not, then we need to do it. Somebody need to continue what Charlie Kirk is saying because it's important. And he may have ventured off into criticizing him over Iran, because I see an Iran thing right here. It says Iran could do a better job at explaining Iranian threats. Amongst many conservatives who support Israel, there is concerns about Americans that could be entangled into a quagmire in war or in Iran. My generation grew up in the disastrous Afghanistan and Iraq war, and he goes on to do all that. I see where he's coming from. Everybody believes the same thing. Misinformation needs to be combated with real information about Iran, about Gaza, about the food supply, all of the other stuff. And these are all things that I asked Benjamin Netanyahu in my interview with him. But I will say this, the reason that I put this out there, and I want you to know, is because I think it's very disingenuous for people to try to project that Charlie Kirk hated Israel. Nobody that was turning on Israel to the point that it got him killed, for you idiots out there saying that Israel did this, there's nothing in this letter that would suggest at any point, and we summarize the letter through ChatGPT because I didn't get the chance to read it all, but we summarize it. And no point that I've read and that I've seen and that we've seen, evaluated is Charlie Kirk turning on Israel. Charlie Kirk saying he don't want to be a part of Israel anymore. Charlie Kirk turning on Israel enough they want to kill him. Or there's nothing in this letter that would suggest that Bibi Netanyahu lied about the contents of the letter. Nothing in the letter suggests that. So the question remains, for those who said, and many of you guys were online, you know who said, and you know who else said, and who all been saying, for those who have said online that the letter was a refutation or a chastisement of Benjamin Netanyahu explaining that I don't no longer support you anymore, something ain't right with that. Either people lying or they got bad information. But when you come out and you put out there that Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of one of our greatest allies, is a liar, something gotta give. Somebody gotta explain this. When you say a world leader is a liar and that he should be ashamed of himself and he's responsible for somebody's death, and you weren't accurate, or you flat out lied, one of the two, or somebody lied to you, you gotta come out and apologize, or at least set the record straight. Because if somebody told you a lie and now you see the truth, you need to come out and apologize. If you lied, you need to come out and apologize. If you had misinformation or didn't get the full story and you came out and said it, you got to apologize. If it comes out that this letter is fake and it didn't come from Charlie, I will come out and I will tell you, and I would apologize for whatever misinformation that was generated from what I am presenting to you right now. If somehow the shooter in Charlie Kirk's case is not the shooter, I will come out and tell you that he's not the shooter. And I'm not in any means saying that he is or not. I'm just telling you what the investigation has proven, and I believe the investigation thus far, like any rational person would, when there's overwhelming evidence. But if anything that I ever been wrong about, I will come out and I will be man enough to say I was wrong. I got it wrong. It's, to be honest, y'all, when you acting in good faith and you're doing things with integrity, saying that you're wrong ain't a big deal. Because I don't have no skin in the game other than I'm telling you what I know. And if I'm wrong, it's easy to come out and say, I was wrong. I thought somebody lied to me. I got bad information on that. I was wrong. Hey, so-and-so was right. So-and-so was right. I got to give them their props. But let's see how people react to this letter that came out. Will they apologize or will they make excuses? Will they come back and say, you know what? I got bad information. Or will they double down and act like your lying eyes ain't seeing what it's seeing? That's all. We going home. You ready, Nick? Let's get up out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Go to my X account. You can look all over the internet. It's out there. It's out there. People are posting it. And if anything is incorrect, I will come out and apologize or refute it or change whatever has been said if I have been incorrect on anything. But until then, pay attention to what people are saying in a crucial time like this. When Black Lives Matter was going on, pay attention to the people who are telling you the truth the whole time. Pay attention to the people who are doing this with integrity and doing it with facts and doing it not looking for money, not looking for fame, but doing it because we really cared. This will tell you the difference. I'm telling y'all, this only comes so often. This will tell you the difference between those who are genuinely doing this for the right reason and those who are not doing this for the right reason. And people will get stuff wrong. That's okay. The people that say they did it wrong is different from the people who will never admit when they're wrong. And you should be able to know the difference. I'll see y'all on the next one. God bless you. God bless America. Hold on, before they go, I want to tell them about what we're doing for Charlie Kirk, because I do want to reach our goal. So before y'all leave, we're raising money still for the Kirk family. And this is people want to do this. It's not for any other reason. I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk is rich and his family is rich. But the people on my channel wanted to be a part of something special for Erica Kirk. So we developed all this merch and we've been down there hustling. Volunteers from the community have come out and supported and making this happen. So we developed all this merch, everything that say freedom or Charlie Kirk or anything on it, 100% of the profit is going to the Kirk family. And I'm going to write Erica a check and she can do whatever she want to do with the check. But we created all of this stuff. If you want to get it, you want to participate. If you don't, that's fine. You don't just have to get stuff here. This is just what we're doing. But only get products with Charlie Kirk, about Charlie Kirk or regarding Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA, a Charlie Kirk website, and a website that is making the promise to give the profits, or at least some profits. We're doing 100%, but giving some profits to the family. Don't shop online at these hole in the wall places that don't really care what kind of stuff they sell you. They sell you a dream and they're not doing nothing for Charlie's family, doing nothing for Turning Point USA, doing nothing for any of these people. So go on and get your merch. Right now, it's in pre-order. We should have the stuff done within a week or so. We pretty much caught up on everything. We're going to take the pre-order off here soon, but right now, go and get it. It's going to a good cause. And I wanted to just let you guys know while I'm on here, on 100% of the proceeds. And everybody that's watching this, follow up. Because I want y'all to know your boy real. I don't play games when it's stuff like this. And y'all know I've been giving forever. Because when you give, God bless you. I'm going to write that check. And you know that you were a part of that check. I'm going to put the Officer Tatum and followers. Or whatever y'all want me to put on there. When I write that check to Erica. And she can say if she wanted to go to Turning Point, if she wanted to go to a scholarship fund for a family, if she want to go to something else. I'm going to give it to his wife's discretion of where we do with the money. But thank y'all for supporting. Y'all already have done a tremendous job. I think we have over 20,000 orders, 40,000 shirts or something that we've been printing in there. And shout out to Extreme Apparel. We had so many shirts to print. But anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth. earth to the grave. 47's the top. Took a bullet for all.